What's up YouTube, it's your boy Show back with another video, and today we're talking about a game that's very close to my heart. Not really, but it's a great game. I mean, it's called Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. Now it is actually part of a whole bigger franchise, sort of like the Marvel in-game series franchise. It's based off of 3 separate series. You have the Legend of Heroes, something dealing with the sky, and then you have something dealing with the Crossbell art. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce all the names, but just know there are 3 different parts, and they all take place in the same world, just at different times. Now, the only one I've played, and the one that this main underrated video is about, is Trails of Cold Steel. Now, I actually picked this up a while back. Let's go ahead and go back to my backstory with this game. Now, I got a whole year of PS Now just to play this game. I thought it looked great. You know, I'm a big fan of Jrpgs, so I said, you know, I looked it up and everybody said such great things about this game. So, you know, I went and I just basically just bought PS Now because I saw it on PS Now. I bought PS Now, played it. Then I actually went and saw a PS4 review, and on the PS4 review, it actually showed that there is a PS4 version, and the PS4 version is way better. The reason that the PS4 version is way better because the PS4 supports 60 FPS with a turbo mode. And if you play the original, or you play the PS3 version, or just play the PS4 version without the turbo mode, you can definitely understand why I went and actually bought the game and did not play it off PS Now, because the turbo button is as essential as a feature. Let's be real. Alright, so first you need to know the premise of this game. You play as the Class VII, and the true main character of the game is a character named Rean Schwarzer. I believe I'm saying that name right. Do not hate me if I got it wrong. It's a very hard name to say. But he is basically your basic anime protagonist. Everybody likes him. He has a katana. He's like the main leader type. I mean, if you've ever seen, you know, any basic anime, you'll notice the guy with the blue colored hair and the katana, and you'll know which one is the main character very quickly. Now, he actually goes to this military school. It's a very famous and prestigious military school called Thors School, and it's basically separated between nobles and commoners. See, like I said, if you've watched anime before, you definitely are not you're definitely familiar with the whole nobles and commoners system, because they use that in a lot of different anime. Use that in a lot of different stories, not just anime. The noble versus commoner thing has been used in a lot of different media, but it returns here with a fresh start, because now I talked about Class 7 a little bit earlier. I didn't really talk about it. I mentioned the name. Now, Rean Schwarzer actually gets into this class because this class is called Class 7, and it's a special class at Thors Military Academy. The class is made up of actual nobles and actual commoners, so it's basically like a big melting pot between the 2 different social classes. So it's a very unique premise. You can't really spoil too much more than that. Just know that the game doesn't actually ramp up until about chapter 2 or 3. Honestly, I feel like the game not necessarily was super boring. It just didn't really grab my attention until about chapter 3, when everything just started to come in full circle and things started to hit the fan. Other than that, it was just a normal game about people in this military school. And, you know, it took a minute to actually get into the part where it would be very, very interesting. So that's one pet peeve I would definitely say, if you guys don't know about that. Other than that, let's talk about combat. Now, combat is a mixture of turn-based combat and very other turn-based combat. I mean, it's all turn-based combat, and it's great if you played games like Final Fantasy, even games like Dragon Quest. Basically, any JRPG, you know. Not really. There are a lot of games that play differently from those games, but if you play Persona, Dragon Quest, or Final Fantasy, you definitely are familiar with this type of game. More so for Persona. So this game just gives you a lot of Persona vibes with the actual bonding system. You can view events with your classmates, sort of like the social links from Persona. But I can safely say the one thing that this game does beat every other JRPG with is the world building. You see, because the unique thing about these games as a whole, every single game in the Legend of Heroes franchise is all bound together. They're all either in a little different time period or in a different place, but they all take place in the same world, so it gives an air of familiarity. Oh gosh, I don't want to try to pronounce that word. Let's just say it's very similar between each game because they all take place in the same world. You know, it gives you that ability to recognize characters from other works if you played all of them. Even I can tell characters that are from other games, you know, that return, because they kind of have a special air about them that you can kind of notice. But other than it, I really do enjoy this game. Gameplay is fun. Like I said, turbo button is definitely needed. I would not try to go the PS Now route unless you just want to. I don't see why you want to. I would definitely just straight buy these out straight, because the turbo function is something that you definitely need. You also get that with the PC version. So definitely go for the actual PS4 console version. Other than that though, it's not really too much I can say about this game. I already told you that I didn't like the start of the game, and it's not really a review. It's more of a, hey, look at this game, it's underrated, you should definitely check it out. And this game is definitely underrated. I mean, if you like Persona and you like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, I don't know how in the world you could have skipped this game. It's a great game. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.